go. Microphone is on. Welcome everyone. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and you're watching VolcanoX live stream. Thanks everyone for being here. I see we got 37 people in already. Awesome. And a whole pile of people in, and some good things to talk about, some bad things to talk about, and all kinds of other things to talk about. Lots of bad things. Anyway, glad to have everyone on board here. Not sure who of you watched the funeral today for the Queen. I certainly did, and it was a very well done ceremony. We'll talk about that later, though. For right now, we'll work on volcano stuff, but that kind of thing. But anyway, we'll have a moment of silence just before we go for the second break. So that's what we'll do, and then we'll discuss it a little bit there, and we'll see. Okay, no worries, DJ. You go watch that and do your thing. Anyway, all right. So let's get at things here for now. What we're seeing, of course, on a screen is footage from the 12th of August, and that is because we don't really have new lava anywhere. It really bites. So it's one of those things. I do want to mention or throw in here, I am going to take tomorrow off. So there will not be a stream tomorrow. And that is unfortunate. But I do need to take a day off. It's been a while since I took a day. And I need to kind of clear my head and stuff, think about other things, just for a day. So that is something that it has to happen. And yeah, thanks Gary and Piggy, awesome. So just keep that in mind. So tomorrow there will not be a stream, and unless we have some major eruption somewhere. And then we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Before we get into too much here, Lizoid was the first one in, so before I forget, there's Lizoid's cookies. And congratulations, Lizoid. That was well done. And let's see. Well, I'm going to say hi to the moderators. We have Arizona Snowman. We have Piggy. And we have 24/7 Live, AZ Skies, Gary, and I think Bob might be hiding in the background. Eek, no seeds. What will I do with my day? Piggy, send me some seeds tomorrow. Anyway, some nice ones. And then the next day you can send me seeds too. Then we'll have a little stockpile of seeds. Just in case. That'll work. That'll work. Anyway, welcome moderators. Glad to have you guys on board. And that is one of those, glad to have you here anyway. And we'll get to saying hi to everyone shortly. Gary just mentioned that one death reported in Mexico so far. And yes, earlier today, Mexico had a very large earthquake, 7.6 magnitude wise, and it is unfortunate, but that happened. And we'll switch over to the map here. There we are, and we'll show you exactly where it is. And of course, when you first look at it, you go, oh, it's in the water, but no, it's not in the water. It's actually on land. And there we are. And when we click on that, it is a magnitude 7.6. Happened in, what is it, Colima, Makoekan border. Mitch, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but anyway, first thing, of course, when I seen that, first thing I did was I checked for the tsunami threat, and there indeed was a tsunami threat, and saying that is a Hawaii, Guam, Alaska, British Columbia, West Coast, American Samoa, and the what they call the non-U.S. / Canadian Pacific, a threat number 6, whatever, or message number 6. But it's let's see, they're giving the depth of this earthquake as 6 miles down, so about 10 kilometers. And they do have the Alat and Lon on there. And yeah, it is definitely a very large quake. So that is something that kind of scary. They also had an aftershock here. This happened at 12:05 their time, and the aftershock came in at about 1:30 p.m. Of 5.3, but that one was out in the water. So I'm not sure if that would have created any issues, but the primary one here definitely would have. And that's the big news today. That's what we were seeing. Also, while we're there, also want to mention this 4.4. That is 47 kilometers east-northeast of Littlefield, Arizona. A little bit unusual to have larger quakes like that in that area. So I wanted to throw that one out too. And that happened at 15:18. And I don't know if it's part of the shaking because of this. And of course, this area here, this plate, this is the Coco plate or Cocos plate. And that is subducting under the North American plate. And that's kind of where it happened, right on that plate boundary, where you would get shakers, earthquakes. Anyway, let's leave that be for right now. We'll talk about that a little bit more in a bit. I'm going to say hi to everyone. Already got Lizoid. This time last year you were at Ragnar. No, 1 month before that, Piggy. This time last year I was back here. No, I was at Ragnar in August. So that was pretty cool. But speaking of things like that, no worries, Piggy. Speaking of Ragnar and the like, today is also September the 19th, and of course that is another day where a volcano started, and of course that is in La Palma. So we'll have a little bit of a look at La Palma as well today, and I give you a little bit of a recap. But first, I'm going to say hi to everyone. So welcome to Paul Williams, Sue Hayes, Sharon Stewart, Trevor T., the Swedish Beard, John Raper, Paul Williams, King Colin Deadman, Tetra, welcome. Welcome to all of you. Going up some more, did I say Sue? Of course I did. And Sharon Stewart. Paul Williams, yep, we got you. Sandra Rockland also in here. Sherry Hewitt, welcome. Debbie Brady, welcome. Aloha. And nice to have you on board. Going up a little bit more, looking for more wonderful names. OneFish26 also in the house. And let's see, who else have we got? And I do see C&D Boy is here. Good. Kevin Williams, welcome. And Kevin Williams and Paul Williams. Are you guys related? Anyway, they're both in here. Let's see, going up a little more, looking for other wonderful names. Michael Olson, also here, welcome back. Going up some more, looking for more good people, or even bad people, any people. DJ Puff the Third was here. He's gonna go watch a VOD instead of a video, but whatever that is. We got Sherry, we got already, going up a little bit more. And let's see, what else we got? Who else we got in here? Going, chatty bunch. I like it. Grandma B is in the house. Welcome, Grandma B. And let's see. One fish we got. Sue we got. Going. Michael we got. Just looking for more wonderful names. Boy, you guys really talk a lot. Billy Bob Joe also in the house. Welcome. And let's see. Kevin Williams we got already. And Epically Epic is also here. Welcome. Welcome, Epically. You're epic. Oh boy, and that's going to be a bad. Storm Chaser 1211 also here. Welcome. And going up a little bit more, looking for more good names in here. And let's see, do we have any more? No, I'm up as far as I can go on the top, so we'll have to catch the other ones down on the bottom here, somewhere in between, and hopefully we'll see people like Frank McLeod. Welcome. And we got Swedish Beard already. We got Sharon Stewart already. I think we're good for right now. So, okay, good with the names. Anyway, let's have a quick peek at what we actually have going on in Iceland. Now, yesterday, of course, we thought, hey, you know, this is great. Let me get rid of that banner. We were looking at that harmonic tremor chart. Anyway, I want to show you what it looked like there today. So going back about 5 hours, horrible weather, and going back just to the 4 hour mark, everything got really soupy in the background because of that rain earlier, and that's kind of what they had for day today there at Siggy's Fisher, and unfortunately no lava. And yesterday, of course, we were looking at that harmonic tremor chart, trying to figure out what was going on. And there's the end result from what we were seeing going up yesterday and thinking, hey, we're going to get something. But as I mentioned yesterday, there was no real reason for it to be going up because we couldn't see that movement anywhere. No smaller tremors, nothing visible, or like the ones that were there were too small to have done anything. So as we watched it go up, and then we kind of watched it stall a little bit, and then once it went up a little bit more and I started seeing it as drop back down, I thought, oh, there we go. We're going to go down just as hard as we went up. And that is exactly what has happened. And we see it way back down, and that is kind of the way it is. And yep, you got it, Echo the Bot. Went up, went down, and went no more. And of course, Yvonne Kunkel did look at it at her work to try to determine if there was anything going on there, or this is just very deep material moving around, possibly causing a little bit of pressure, but it moved on and didn't want to do anything. So unfortunately, we're not going to see any eruption from that, and it's disappointing, but hey, what do you do? You know, like really, what do you do? But it is what it is, and we can't fix that. So keeping fingers crossed, hoping that we do get something in the near future. Hey, Arizona Snowman popped in with an oink oink. Well, thanks, for sneaking in there. Anyway, let's have a look at the earthquakes in Iceland. And let me get on the correct map here. Well, do we want to use this one or do we want to use the other one? I think we can use the other one today. Did want to mention yesterday we were down to, why is that showing? Oh, that's me going over it. Never mind. We were showing over 300, just about 400 quakes yesterday in the last 24 hours. Well, we're down to about half of that, 156 quakes in the last 24 hours. So the rate has really, really dropped off. And things are getting quieter in Iceland. And that is probably a good thing, but don't know what to really make of it. Let's take a look down here at our Reykjanes Peninsula. And there it is, the peninsula itself. And of course, this is where our volcano location is, Eruption, and that is kind of on some private land there. But it's its own little system, and unfortunately, we don't see too much happening there. We did have a couple quakes in the area. This is a 0.8, 4.59 kilometers down. 1446 is the time on that guy. The other one was a 0.9, 4 kilometers down, and that happened just after midnight. And if we go back to the harmonic tremor chart, that would kind of correlate to the spikes in there, I think. Let me see if I can get back on that screen real quick. And yeah, the one that I was looking at was this one. So 14 something, that would be probably about right for that guy right there. And that it's pretty cool to see that. Anyway, let's get back to that other map. And oh boy, clicking the wrong things here. Yeah, I definitely need a day off, you guys. So yeah, for all of you that are here, tomorrow I am taking a day off. Just need that. Every once in a while you need a day. Anyway, that one was a 1.37 kilometers down. 1525 was the time on it. And he had a bunch of little friends around there as well. Not sure if that's really going to affect anything. We had a 0.83 out here. 9.1 kilometers down, very deep. 13:59 was the time, so just about 2 p.m. Iceland time. Zooming back into the other areas, this is near, that should be Hekla there. We had a 0.5 kind of out in the middle of nowhere. 4.4 kilometers down, 1350 was the time on that. Then a little bit closer to Hekla, or this other one down here. One in magnitude, 5.2 kilometers down, 1601 was the time. Sliding over here and looking at Katla, and we had a 1.4, and it's 1.1 kilometers down, happened at 1837. Then we also see this 1.1, and that, oh, sorry, 0.6, 1.1 kilometers down from 2246. Not very large, but same depth kind of thing. So possibly some movement in the ice, maybe. I have no idea, but you know, we're certainly not seeing any kind of eruption there. Same thing with this area, possibly movement of ice for this stuff, but I don't know. 3 kilometers down, 1.5 in magnitude from today at 2222, so just happened. Then we have a 1.3, couple of them there. That one is 3 kilometers down from 1833. The other one is also, no, it's 1.2 kilometers down, and it happened at 2243, so separate incident. That 1.5 again, 3 kilometers down from 1422. And then we got that 1.1 there, which is magnitude 1 from 2102. and that is not too far away from Grimsvatn, but that's all right. Nothing around Bardabunga. Sliding up here and looking at the Asja area, we do see 0.78, 6.4 kilometers down. 12:21 was the time on that guy. Also had this 0.77 from yesterday at 23:54, 8 kilometers down, and this 0.8, 2.6 kilometers down from 1:15 a.m. In that area right around Asja. So nothing unusual. And zooming into the upper area here, the biggest one today I think was a 3 or thereabouts, if we can find it in this mess. And let's see, it was on the other map. I did see it. If we go up there, it was the star. There's the star. Let's look at it and see if it's a 3.2. There we go. And that happened. That's actually from yesterday at 22:37, and that was 10 kilometers down and 3.2 in magnitude. They also had that 2.9 also yesterday at 1911. So that's kind of showing you what it is, 10 kilometers down as well on that one. And then of course they had a bunch of other ones in the area. Not going to go through all of these by any means, but most of these are a lot smaller than what we've had. The concentration seems to be in this spot, and of course we had looked at what it looked like under the water there, just to see there are a bunch of different sea mounds down there from past eruptive activity. So anything is possible that we could still get an submarine volcano. That's it. Sumerian? No. Sumerian. No. Samaria. No, that's not right. Submarine. Anyway, something like that. Underwater volcano. And we'll get it right yet. Anyway, 2.2, 7.6 kilometers down from 1717. Not to be associated with a submarine. And there we go, 1.8, 8.4 kilometers down, 2:25 in the morning. And let's see, we've got a bunch of other ones here. 1.6, 4.8 kilometers down, 21:45 was the time on that guy. And looking down here, we see another 2, and that was only 1.1 kilometer down, and 15:04 was the time on that guy. And that's not so bad. And let's see, let's grab this 1.6, 6 kilometers down, 21:05 was the time on that. Another 1.6, 12.6 kilometers down from 1756. While we're going, let's look at this, 5.6 kilometers down for this 1.4 at 21:59. And getting a little closer to the shore. This is 1.35, 0.5 of a kilometer down. That's actually getting very close to the surface. 23:15 from from today. So just happened 5 minutes ago. Pretty awesome. Okay, and here we have a 1.8. And that is 1.1 kilometers down from 15:04 today, and then a few other small ones. This 1.4 is 5.6 clicks down, also 21:59. So makes you wonder. There's a few of those. 1.2, 21:06 was the time on that guy. 9.3 kilometers down. It gives you a pretty good idea, or at least a sample of what we've got going on in the area. And nothing has erupted, no reports of anything having erupted, so we'll kind of leave that be. But I don't know, that's it is what it is. Anyway, I'm not thinking that we've got too much activity there. It's going to be pretty easy going for most of those people in Iceland. Those big shakers are gone for right now. and it seems that Mexico has them, but and that's a completely different story. Anyway, I did want to kind of look at something else. Like I said, it is La Palma's 1 year anniversary, and we want to kind of look at something in La Palma, what it looked like on that very first day. And here we go. I put together a little playlist of just some snippets of video that we had, because I didn't do long recordings back then. I only did small ones. So these are 2 or 3 minute videos, but I put them in a playlist, and I got about 10 minutes worth. This is the original eruption, and this was on September 19th, back in 2021, and that is Cumbre Vieja when it first erupted, and that was pretty wild, pretty awesome. And you're welcome, Sharon. It's one of those things. It was actually a very violent volcano in comparison to what we've seen at Ragnar, as an example. So this is something that, when we look at it, this one had a lot more power to it, and of course it did a lot more damage. Unfortunately, that's just due to proximity, where it's located. But that is, it is a pretty fiery looking scene, and some of the videos were pretty wild. And I don't know, I should open that up and see how that video is doing. Oh, hang on, that's not that video. I want to see the playlist thing. There we go. All right, so playing on the first one, and then we'll get to the second video right away. Second one is a little bit longer in duration, but still nice to be able to see what's going on there, or what went on there last year. So and I think that one might have been just a little bit later than the original one, if I'm right, or possibly a duplication of it. I don't know, but I tried to pick out little videos that I did have, rather than trying to redo the streams. I figured I'd just look at some of the small ones, but yeah, it looks pretty awesome, and Cumbre Vieja really did have a lot more power to it than what we've seen at Ragnar, and of course at Sigi as well. So that is something. It's just awesome to see the amount of material that popped out and things like that. Over such a short period of time, and of course everyone was wondering how long it was going to last and things like that. And I do believe we got up to 86 days or something, if I was right. I'm not 100% sure anymore, since it was already a year ago, and it was pretty wild though. So that is kind of a little bit of a 1 year anniversary of Cumbre Vieja that we're looking at, and definitely a scary sight when you see a volcano like that. I was looking at some of the video from right at the very start, and looking at how green the trees were, and it just looked beautiful there on the mountainside. And then of course you've got this monster just dumping out that tremendous plume, and that is just absolutely wild when you look at it. That's nothing like what we've seen at Ragnar. Even on the days where Ragnar was shooting that material up to that almost 1,000 feet, wow, this thing is got it beat. No contest. This thing just had a tremendous amount of power to it, which is kind of really scary when you get right down to things, and the explosions that were heard and things like that, and that was all pretty wild. Welcome, Daryl. Glad to have you on board. Connie Tyree, welcome, and Sasha also popped in. Good to see you. Colin also popped in. So we got Colin Dedman, King Colin Dedman, and Colin. So welcome. And anyway, all good. Yeah, I think you got the wrong letter there, John. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Anyway, yeah, it is pretty wild to see that, and yeah, I don't know, a lot of black smoke, everything coming out of that. Hard to deal with, I guess, when it happens. Scary situation for everyone who was there, and I certainly hope that their lives are getting straightened out and back to semi-normal. I know there is a lot of losses of property and things like that, and unfortunately, not much people can do with that kind of situation, other than hope, that they can restart somewhere, where they can grow some more crops and have a little land. Because I'm sure their land, if it was covered up by lava, is no longer accessible, and it's really tough that way. As far as the people that were a little bit further away from it, I'm sure that if they had small layers of ash on their gardens and fields and stuff for the farmers or plantations, that wouldn't have been so bad, but they would reap the benefit of the ash as a decent fertilizer. But the ones in a closer proximity, of course, they were inundated, and in some cases, with 2, 3, 4 meters, depending on where they were located. But if you had 2 or 3 or 4 meters of tephra on there, it was pretty scary, and it's really sad. But hey, it is what it is. We can't change the past, and I just hope that they are able to recover and move forward and continue on with things. And yeah, this is actually kind of scary, that video. It really makes you wonder where you're at when you're seeing that. And there's a few words that come to mind, but it's absolutely bizarre and amazing to see those lava flows that happened there at that point in time, and seeing the vents, the way they opened up and continued to produce that material for quite some time. And it really did create a lot of hardship for those good people that were there. And of course, from what I recall, over 8,000 were evacuated from the area. And of course, we know about, there was multiple explosions heard when this thing was first going, and then even a few weeks later, there were still big popping sounds, and from the volcano, right? Not from the stuff it was damaging, but from the volcano itself. So that was pretty scary, pretty frightening all the way through. And anyway, I just figured we would look at it together here, and I'll kind of did that little recap. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this. And unfortunately, we are missing other volcanoes like Etna today, as an example. I've been trying to find more feeds for Etna, since Weather Sicily is no longer showing it. Somehow, some way, their cameras got banged off by YouTube for some kind of infringement, and I'm not sure how that worked or where that went, but that's what we seen there. But anyway, looking at the La Palma, we do see what it looked like there, and this is well, the little playlist I put together, 10 minutes worth, just to kind of show you what it was like back then. And I mean, it would have been a heck of an awesome sight to actually have watched it in person. Definitely would have been scary, with the explosions and the sounds and the sights, of course. And even those local people, since many of them are, still fairly young, the first generation kind of thing that would have seen a volcano erupting for the first time, since they haven't had any for over 50 years, it would have been really scary for them. And it's a new one, so definitely for them, it would have been quite devastating and quite shocking. Anyway, that's the end of that little playlist, you guys. And I am going to go for a break. So I'm going to put you back over to Iceland. And we are going to put canned lava back on and get that going. So all of you who are here, if you haven't hit that like button yet and you enjoyed that little deja vu, if you will, hopefully you did, and we'll see what we can do here. There we go. Back to Iceland, and let's get the canned lava. There's the canned lava, and there's the recorded on, and that's it. So, yep, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, that way you can get in and chat. I do have the subscriber mode only turned on. We may want to try that without that for a little while, since I haven't seen those bad guys for a bit. I think they may have been found out and gotten rid of by YouTube, so all cool. Anyway, I'm your host, DrFox2000. I'm going to take a break, and I'll be back in about 5 minutes or thereabouts, roughly. Don't go away. Thanks. there we go. Microphone is back on. Welcome back, everyone. I'm glad to have you on board, and good to see everyone today. And thanks, Piggy, and thank you from Kevin Williams, as well as hi to Kate, since I didn't see her earlier there. Welcome. And thanks, John and Sue and Sasha and Linda. Hi, Linda. Okay, Trev saying, welcome back, sir. Dr. Fox, I have to, can I have a pay raise? Yeah, I would like one. How about I just like a job? That'll really work. Sharon Stewart says, I hear you. Okay, thank you. And thanks, Colin. All right, so let's, we kind of had a look around a little bit and looked at our La Palma anniversary there for the 1 year. Also the big shaker. Anyway, let's go to the Azores. We're going to have a quick peek at what's happening out there. For those who aren't familiar with this picture, of course, it's dark there. This is from 2344, and unfortunately very dark. So what we're seeing is the lights at the harbor and the town. You can see some lights off in the distance there. That is Pico Island. For those who aren't familiar with this scene, this is what it looks like during the day, and that should be all right. You guys can figure out that it's about 18 kilometers from St. George over to Pico Island. The big mountain you see is Mount Montana. So that is pretty awesome. Anyway, I'll leave that be. Go to the next shot, and that is the little cove that we always see. And unfortunately, I don't have a picture of that, or do I? I wonder if I do. I have to kill that. No, that's not that one. What about the other one here? No, that's a pretty funky one with the lights on the side of the road, but no, I guess I don't have a picture of that. So I go back to normal viewing. All right. Anyway, we look for the whitewater hitting in here. I know it's not fluent video, but at least we can see some of it, and that is a little cove. And we see the whitewater is pretty heavy today, so that's telling us the ocean is quite rough there in St. George, in the Azores in general. Let's have a look and see what we had for earthquakes on St. George today, showing two of them right there, 1.5, and that not very big at all, happened at 4:18 a.m. their time. And then this 1.9 from 1846, and both of them right on the island, but we didn't see anything major coming from it. So let's have a look at the other map, and of course this is from volcanodiscovery.com, and I had refreshed it earlier. I'm going to refresh it again just in case, and we'll make it a little bit bigger so we can see. And there are the islands, of course, and the Azores. This area over here, of course, is the Eurasian plate. Down here is the African plate, and on this side is the North American plate. If I zoom out properly, there we go, you can kind of see where we're at. So that is the divider line right about here, going all the way in, and there's where we're seeing the quakes on St. George. So let's zoom in a little bit more here, and you can see what that island looks like. And there you go, 1.5, 19 hours ago, and they're calling it a 2.1 5 hours ago on this particular map. But no big deal. That is pretty cool, pretty awesome. What the heck is this? Help us support. Yeah, sure. No, I'm not interested. Maybe later, much later. Oh boy, advertising. I should do that. Help support. Anyway, That 2.1 was 8 kilometers down, and that is all we're seeing there. Now, what kind of bothered me about that was I know there were some other quakes in the area, and I decided to have a look at the other map. Let me get on that one real quick here. We were looking at Mexico, but here's the Azores right there. There's that mid-Atlantic ridge, and there was a quake there. It's a 4.7, not too far away from the Azores, and they do say that it is. Oh wow, they're saying here that it's 226 kilometers northeast of Santa Cruz del La Flores, Portugal. So anyway, Portugal's over here, but Azores are actually part of the Portugal, so they may be right with that. But anyway, that's where it was, right on the mid-Atlantic ridge, 4.7. We also see this guy over here, 4.5, and that is still on the Eurasian side of the plate, but that definitely did happen, and it's going to be there. I don't think that would have been anything really, really major. I don't believe there's islands out there, at least not that I know of, and nothing that is above water, so that's all right. Anyway, we'll leave that map alone. We'll go back to it later on. For right now, let's pop back over there. So this is what we were looking at, and if I make that screen a little bit wider, come on, hurry up. There we go. Okay, that gives you a little wider view of it. Want to get back onto that page. There we go. We can see the two quakes on the little chart here. A little hard to see, but it's only the two. We don't really need to worry about it, but they are both on St. George. I'm surprised this one's back up on top of the hill, right on the middle of the ridge, though. So that's interesting, because as I was saying before, it's this side here that actually had the rise, and the fact that they're getting most of the quakes in that area is kind of weirdish. But hey, we'll see what happens in the future if it actually does happen. While I'm on this page, we did have, remember that new volcano that's up in the just south of Kamchatka Peninsula, Alade. Wow, Alade was doing its thing again. So I'm not sure if that was actually from September 15th or from the 19th, as far as this picture is going here, but that is of course up there in the north, and that is kind of what it was looking like, and that is also from volcanodiscovery.com. They shot that one out, so definitely there, and kind of interesting. Okay, well, I'll leave that guy be. Gonna put it back on this, and we'll get that turned back off. Now, as far as going through, oh, I see a bunny. Oh, it's nice to have a bunny. One of the bunnies is eating. Looks like Curly, I think. Seems a little nervous, the bunny. It's windy outside. They always seem nervous when it's windy. Anyway, that is Popocatépetl, and unfortunately, when we go back and try to see it in the early dawn light, what we were faced with was this. And a little hard to see a volcano through all that cloudy material. Even if we go ahead a little bit, it's still stuck in the clouds, and it really did not come out of the clouds at all this fine day for us. And I don't think there's any place that I've seen it actually completely clear. even when we went a little bit further forward, that is about 9:40 a.m. and still not showing anything, and sliding up ahead a little bit more, gets totally gray, and we know that the clouds are there because of the storms. 11:55, you see more clouds coming in, tiny break, but still pretty bad there. So, in addition to earthquakes in Mexico, it's really poor weather. Mind you, Mexico is fairly big, so Popocatépetl being located somewhere, I would call it in the middle of the country, 70 kilometers south of Mexico City, and that's kind of where we're at. But anyway, that's what it looked like. And I also know, because of the weather that we were seeing down by Central America, Fuego itself was pretty bad as well. And that is what we're seeing right now. It's stuck. There's no signal, no video. And if their panels, of course, if they're running on a solar power or something like that, it's very, very poor and hard to see anything. Going back a whole bunch this morning, we kind of seen the tip a little bit of the mountain, and we did see a little bit of a plume come out at one point in time. This is just about 8 a.m. There we go. 7:52 a.m. is the time, and it just kind of peeked out above the mountain with that cloud ready to bear down on it again. Thank you, Piggy, for the 5-minute warning. And actually, yeah, since this isn't very good as far as being able to see what's going on there, here we might have a little better shot and a little further down. But anyway, I did want to have just a few minutes for talking about the Queen and her funeral today. So, and Piggy, you were wondering why I kind of sound sad today. And that is one of the major reasons. And of course, watching any funeral and that type of thing is always sad. I think what bothers me, though, is many people in the world don't give Queen Elizabeth the credit that she deserves. She has been there, through everything. She's been in her power that she got 70 plus years ago, and she's always been there for her people. To me, that's something that is interesting. It's helpful. It's wonderful. She's been kind for the most part to many people out there. And one of the reasons that we actually moved as a family, the reason we moved away from Germany, was because my parents were thinking, what if we get another Hitler? And we thought Canada is actually a very relatively peaceful country, and that's why we moved to Canada from Germany. And I've always known that the Queen of England was the one in charge, and basically all my life she was there in power, and it's one of those things. So anyway, I just wanted to say, hey, I'm honored to have known that she was there. I'm proud of what she has accomplished. I think she's just a really super person in general. And she was always there for her people. And on that note, I just want to say, hey, let's have a moment of silence for Queen Elizabeth II, and may she rest in peace. Thank you, everyone. It's one of those difficult things, and you know, she really was. She governed very well. She did what she needed to, and yeah, just because she was in England doesn't mean that people in other countries, and of course here in Canada we were part of the Commonwealth at one point in time. When you see the Queen on your money, you kind of go, yeah. And it is one of those things. Storm chaser, you're lucky, and that's another candle in the wind. And consider yourself fortunate. But we've all lived a lifetime knowing of the Queen, and it's just one of those things. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to go take that break, and when we come back from the break, we'll get onto the bacon seeds, and then we'll continue with the stream a little bit more. Hey, S. Roberts, good day, eh? And glad to have you on board. It's break time, so I will be back in about 5 minutes or thereabouts. Don't go away, everyone. And hey, Leo, S. Roberts is your neighbor. A little bit of fun there, and he's real close to you. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to go take that break. Don't go away, and I'll be back. I'm your host, DrFox2000. You're watching VolcanoX. I'll be back. am back. Welcome back, everyone. I'm glad to have you on board. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and you're watching VolcanoX live stream. And of course, stuff on the screen isn't live, but it's from the 12th of August, since we don't have any live stuff. And thank you to Sue and Leo Carlson, welcome, and thanks for the welcome back, and Colin, and of course Kevin and Grandma B, and Sasha and Paul, and let's see, I hear you from Sharon Stewart, and that's awesome. Thank you, everyone, and glad to be back here. Before we go anywhere, I was just going to say, hey, that darn ice cream boat left without even telling us. And there it is. He's leaving. Well, we're going to have to catch the next one when it comes in here. But we're not looking for ice cream boats right now anyway. We're going bacon seeds. So let's get over there and have a look at that. That was yesterday's wonderful bacon seed. And I was just trying to figure out what the heck I'm seeing on my screen here. Oh, it was a commercial on the other ones. No worries. Anyway, yesterday's bacon seed, that was the last one. A beautiful little piggy. And that had nice shot and everything. I thought that's pretty darn awesome. So let's go to the first one of today. And that is this smiling Charlotte type piggy, I guess, kind of looking through the fence, looking at something obviously, and we like it. I love that kind of smile. Some pig, yeah, that it is a pretty pig. Say cheese. Yeah, I get it. Anyway. It's all about hugs today, and look at the smile on that one, and getting a hug. So that is pretty awesome too. I love that, and always nice to see the animals. You know, when they have those reactions there, like from you know, people holding them, you can tell if the animal is stressed or in danger or something, but when they're smiling, I think it's a little bit different. I think they are enjoying what's happening. Anyway, let's have a look at the next one. And that one, I'm not sure if he's enjoying his thing. He looks like he's getting picked up and scratched and petted, and maybe he's kind of getting vocal or something. Doesn't look like he's home reared as much. It looks like he's living out on a farm. So likely not used to getting picked up, but that's all right. They'll figure out that humans don't really hurt them much if they're just little guys. And next one, and I am not sure, but is that piggy? Hang on. No, that can't be Piggy. That steering wheel's on the wrong side. Actually, I never asked her, is her vehicle in Greece, is it right-hand side, right drive or left drive? Piggy, help us out. Which side is your steering wheel on? Anyway, yeah, definitely I'm driving. And it looks pretty awesome. What do you mean, steering wheel, is it on the left side of the car? Or on, it's on the left side. Okay, so it's like a normal car. Not one of those English ones. Okay, I just had to ask. That's a little confusing there. Oh, anyway, next bacon seed. Yeah, it's on the driver's side. Kate, thank you. And of course, this one is pretty awesome. We see it doing its thing there, looking out the window, smiling, getting some wind. Good to know. Yeah, yep. Yeah, over in Greece, they're on the regular side. What? Backseat piggy? No passenger seats, Piggy. But sniffing for crayons, possibly. Looks nice though. Looks real nice. Next one. There we go. Another one getting a cuddle, and another happy looking pig. Eyes closed, going, oh, I like this. I like cuddles. And definitely worthwhile. And let's get to our last bacon seed for today and see what we've got. And at you, Dr. Fox, for making me think this time of the morning. Sorry, Piggy. I had to do it. Anyway, if I know this is what you want to be doing right now, isn't it? Sleeping. And let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 there. I don't know. 7 for sure. But it is nap time. And they're doing pretty good. Looks like 7. Yep. I'm thinking it might be 8. Is there another one behind there? I'm thinking there's one on that left side where the one that's kind of lifted up quite a bit. I think he's laying on somebody. So that is possible. But yeah, shh, quiet. Don't wake up the piggies. Otherwise we'll have trouble. Anyway, let's go over. We had a look at Popocatépetl, so let's have a look at some more cloudy screens today. And of course, the next one on our agenda is Merapi. And Merapi, of course, is really not going to make us happy because it is sitting in the clouds. And it's been in the clouds for the most part, just about the entire day or night, either or. We do see it on the bottom screen here, which is a different angle than the top one. But that top one is in and out of the clouds. And when we check back, there really isn't very many good opportunities to see anything. This was at 6:23, kind of a little break. You do see a little bit of material coming out of the top as far as smoke and steam and possibly ash, but not a heck of a lot. And moving a little bit further back, all we get is clouds. Looking at the very early morning shot from the other direction, of course, that's what we were seeing. And I wish that would be the primary picture in here. That would look really nice. But it is what it is, and through the night, basically, this is kind of what it looked like. Just fog and clouds and stuff moving through. And that's 8 hours. This is about 10 hours ago, right there, and 11 hours ago. So really very, very poor visibility for Merapi today, or well, the last 12 hours anyway. And let's have a shot and take a look at New Zealand. And what happened there? Let's see if we can see what's going on. Okay, there it is. All right, that did come up. There is Mount Ruapehu, and Ruapehu is definitely there. It definitely has a lot more snow on it again. So all those clouds did their magic and dumped more snow when the temperatures got colder. And there we go. That's the end result. If we go back a little bit, we can still see it an hour ago, and that was about there. Not too bad. I don't think they zoomed in at all, but if we look here, this is about 2 hours, 18 minutes ago, just to give you a little bit more of an idea of what it was looking like. We are seeing a lot less snow at the very top and in some of these other spots. So it really isn't as much snow as what we had on there originally a couple of weeks ago, but hey, it's still quite snowy, and that was earlier when they still had clouds. But if we put it back on live, this is what it looks like right now in New Zealand at Mount Ruapehu. So pretty awesome. And let me pop that back onto Merapi so I know where that screen is. And here's the other difficulty, Semaru. And it too is in the clouds, and now it's buffering. If we go back in time, I'm just trying to find a spot where we actually see something. All right, well, we see something there, but that is not what we want. Yep, big raindrops. Look at those things coming down. Anyway, that is Semaru today, and of course, as the live shot, it's in the clouds. We aren't going to see it at all. I did check and looked at the Indonesian volcano monitoring, and this is kind of what we were seeing there. We do see Krakatau is still erupting a little bit, but not as much. We do see on its chart here it peaked a while back and dropped off again. So we can see some of that pluming there, and then of course here where the caldera is, you can see that we've got some of that material rising up, but nothing really cool or major. I'm just seeing if we can, yeah, there we go, that's better. You can see Krakatau on its own, and it's still a little fuzzy, but hey, that's what we're seeing right there. It doesn't look like it's working as hard as what it did previously, so I'm not going to worry about that. Moving on, let's have a look here in Japan, and we'll go to Sakurajima. We'll see if the ice cream boat is back. No, not yet. The other one left, so we'll have to wait for it. But the ice cream boats are running again, which is important. And of course, those boats are the ferry service. There's two of them that come into this dock, and they weren't running during the storm hours. So that is pretty awesome. When we look at the other camera, though, I don't know if there's a problem with the camera or what the issue is. That is kind of what we're seeing there, and it really doesn't look that great. And the close-up cam was also, they sharpened that one up. Darn it, I was going to say it was also really fuzzy, but no, that looks pretty sharp now, and they got it tuned up there a little, and you do see a little bit of smoke here, but certainly nowhere near what we were seeing the last few days. So pretty awesome. Old Mummy of Hamsters says, sorry, I disappeared for a while. My big boss showed up. I had to put my phone in my pocket. If she only knew how many of you are here in my pocket. Oh my God, don't tell her anything. Anyway, that is what we've got going on there at Sakurajima. And I'm glad that they are having a better day today. It's actually sunshine, and after that big storm, they deserve that. So pretty nice. We'll check back for the ice cream boat in a few minutes. Let's carry on, and there's another one we can actually see today. And again, it's sunshine, so very awesome. There you can see the caldera for ASO, and that's spelled ASO. And Aso-san is a very nice volcano. It is rated at a green right now, so not erupting, but it is still steaming off a lot of that moisture that got into the bowl or caldera. Is of course hitting the bottom of the caldera. The floor is still very warm in there, so you get it steaming off pretty quick, and that's what's going on right now. The other one, Subanosejima, well, let's make that bigger. It is also off-gassing. You can see a little bit there. Unfortunately, again, the shot is not very good, but we do see that they have that clear sky, and at least we can see that this is from the volcano. So the caldera being right in here, and definitely off-gassing, doing its thing. And what else we got? We do not have Taal, so let's go and take a look and see if we got Yellowstone National Park, and we'll get on that one. There we go. Right now, obviously, they're looking in the fields at nothingness. And when I say nothingness, it's not true. They do have over 500 different active geysers there in Yellowstone. And that is pretty cool, pretty awesome. But right now, they're just looking into the field. I don't know if there's any Sasquatches out there or anything. I do see something moving right there. And I'm not sure if that is a Sasquatch or human or what. I also haven't seen any buffalo the last little while, so I'm kind of wondering about that. But anyway, that is what we've got going on there. This one, of course, thank you, Leo, for bringing up that link. If you guys want this live stream, and of course they do pan this camera around over to Old Faithful and places like that, and the Beehive, etc. You would be able to watch this on your own. There's also a pretty decent map further down the page that you could scroll to and actually look at what they've got, or the locations of the geysers, and which ones are being shown from the cameras. So that should help you out there. Let's pop over to Hawaii really quickly, and we'll get that one out of the way. And of course, this is from yesterday. You can still see that the lava level is quite low in the caldera, in our lava pond here in Kilauea's caldera, and that's what we're seeing. Looks pretty awesome. That was from 1806 yesterday. You can see a little bit of steam or smoke coming out of here. That's one of the vents for that lava tube that's actually feeding in from this end. And then you see these lighter spots around the edges, and that is where the lava is actually draining out when it does drain. But we normally see more here and here. Very, very quiet right now, because I guess there's really not that much lava in there. Yes, I see that. Thank you, Kevin. And anyway, let's redo that to present time. And it doesn't look like it's increased any at all. So lava level still about the same. We do see that it kind of poured in this way again for a little while. Still see those spots, one there, a little bit there. But these ones aren't very dominant or bright like what we normally see in here. So interesting, makes you wonder. And no, we haven't had lava trucks there for a while. This one, of course, I shot from last night, from 1806 or 6:06 p.m. their time. And then when we refresh that, we can maybe see a little bit more. There we go. That is our current time, 14:20. And we see the lava pond, the tow area, very small. Primary vent is here, smoking pretty well. This area is still smoking, and that is an area that may end up sloughing off and sliding right into the lava. We'll see what happens in the future. And we do see some other smoke spots around, but this side seems to be smoking fairly well today, and that is kind of awesome. Looking at last night's shot from the other side of the caldera, that is what we've got here. You can see that lava pond, but lots of smoke, primary vent there, and there's that other wall there where that extra smoke is. If we refresh it, we'll see what it looks like right now. There we go. So, yep, that's kind of what we've got. Same thing, lots of smoke, a lava pond, and doing its thing. And that is pretty much it there. I'll take a look at the thermal image and see how that works out. That was from 1758 yesterday. And you know what I normally point out, look how bright it is around the edges. Well, it's not very bright in this shot. So things are cooling off a little bit in there because of the lack of lava. And that stands to reason. Primary vent is there. Our little hornito with the lava tube should be right around here somewhere. I'm going to refresh that one as well, see if it's changed. Ooh, hey, we see some lava. Down on the bottom here, let me slide that down just a little more. There we go. So right on the edge of the caldera behind the primary vent, we have some fresh lava. That's a good sign because then hopefully this will fill back up. Yep, definitely looks like an eyeball and some funky teeth of some sort or something, a mouth coming out. It's a lava monster with his little hairdo. Okay, not bad. All right, that's good for right now. Looks like a lava dinosaur. Yep, kinda. Somebody's calling the darn poppet out. Oh no, don't do that. You're scaring me. I'm putting you back here to the canned lava. And we'll look at the earthquakes afterwards. Anyway, I'm your host, DrFox2000. If you haven't hit that like button yet and you're enjoying the show, by all means, give it a quick bop. It really does help us out. Our goal, of course, is to get over 100, and that is important because that triggers YouTube analytics schemes in there and helps us out. So if you can, get that like in there, and that would be awesome. On that friendly note, I'm going to go take that break. Keep smiling, play nice in the lava, and I'll be back, you guys. Thanks. Welcome, shoppers. You want to get those wonderful, wonderful, friendly hamsters? Oh, Mummy of Hamsters has got them on sale for you tonight. Oh, I hope you got a customer there, oh, Mummy of Hamsters. Thank you, everyone. And I'm your host, DrFox2000, and you're watching VolcanoX on live stream. And excellent. Thanks for the welcome backs from, let's see, Paul and Nancy. Welcome, Nancy. Glad to have you on board. Kevin Williams and Mona Alfano, welcome. And Leo, thanks. Grandma B, thank you. And all right, Sharon Stewart. Oh, Doc, I hear you now. Okay, good thing you hear me. And oink oink, Mona. Awesome. Okay, so let's blue light special. Yep, we got the blue light specials going. Oh, anyway, we're gonna do earthquakes right away here, but just wanted to show you and let you know, yes, our ice cream boat is in. You can see it, it's parked Hey, hurry down the road and over and then down there at the lights and get down there and get some ice cream. That is definitely there and waiting for you. And that is all cool. I knew I could check back and find an ice cream boat. Anyway, there we go. Yeah, yep, ice cream, yay. Anyway, let's get over to our earthquakes, and we're going to talk about the Hawaiian ones first, but then we'll go back and take a look at what's happening in Mexico. Also, I want to emphasize we also have some in Papua New Guinea, and the stuff in Taiwan is continuing there as well. So let's first go here and see what we have in wonderful Hawaii. And everything seems to be located on the big island of Hawaii today. We don't see too many stragglers, and we're going to start out with the Pahala area, and don't see anything out on the water. This one is 1.9 from 28 minutes after midnight, and this guy here is 2.4 from 11:44 a.m. And then we have a 1.8 from 2:39 this morning, and a 2.2 from 1:06 a.m. and sliding across a little more at 2.1 right there, and that guy was from yesterday at 23:14. Zooming back out, we don't see too many more right there, but we do see a bunch. Oh, by the way, that is the Pahala area. Most of those are between about 26 to 36 kilometers down. General playground zone for the lava underneath there. And looking at Mauna Loa has got a bunch of them on top here. And let's start with these stragglers. 1.9 from 1:15 this morning, and that is 7.1 kilometers down. 2.1 from 1917, 3.7 kilometers down. The one right in the caldera here, 2.1 from 1624, and then another one in the caldera from, it's just a 1.0 from yesterday at 1858. And then we have a trio here, 2.3 from 1858 as well, yesterday at minus 0.9 or so, 900 meters above sea level. This one here is a 2.1. And that is at 1855 yesterday. That was, what is it? Minus 1.1, so kilometer and a half or kilometer 0.1 above sea level. This one is right at sea level, 2.0, happened at 1858 as well. Then we have this one at 14 minutes after midnight, and that happened 800 meters above sea level, well into Mauna Loa, the mountain, and 1.7 there from 200 meters above sea level, and 11 minutes after midnight. And that's it for the ones there in Hawaii. And typically we do see stuff happening there at Kilauea, because that's where we look at all the time. But we haven't seen anything major going on in Kilauea. But we do know that this is a very, very old picture that USGS has on their stuff. So if you can imagine this thing being 143 meters of lava depth from the bottom of the caldera or crater, and that equates to about 469 feet worth of lava. So if you can fill that up in your imagination a little bit more, and then you'll realize how much magma or lava is in there, and roughly volume-wise 111 million cubic meters, or if you want it in gallons, it'll be at 29.2 billion gallons of lava. And of course, it's been erupting since last year, September 29th, so been doing a pretty good job at that. And that is what we've got there, you guys. So that's what it's doing. Now, I mentioned the other earthquakes here, of course, and since we've got this one here, and that that is the Cocos Plate right there, and that is, it's not really the, pardon me, hang on. Okay, should be better now. Anyway, looking at what we're seeing here with that Cocos Plate subducting underneath the North American plate. So this is all a subduction zone all the way along here. And we do see that this 7.6, we already looked, and they did have a tsunami alert. And oh, now they took it off. So no more tsunami warning for that one. So we can take that off of our worries. It did have an aftershock 5.3 and not too far away from it. And we can possibly expect a few more aftershocks. We do see other stuff going around. And we also had in Arizona, we had that one, which is really odd. Odd location near Littlefield, Arizona, 4.4, and it was 10 kilometers down, and it had a buddy, 1.6, possibly an aftershock. That's at 1601, and this one was at 1518. So that one is only 8.9 kilometers down, a little bit more shallow. But that's what we're looking at. So makes you wonder what the heck is going on. Anyway, let's just pop over here for a second. I want to look at Taiwan before we get too carried away. And you remember they had the very large 6.5 and a 6.9, I believe, in here. There we go. And very much so shook the living daylights out of them. In the last couple of days. They've got another quake here, 5.5, 13 kilometers down, happened yesterday at 2017, 2007, and that's what we've got there. We also see another one here in the Japanese islands, and it was 4.4, and not bad at all there. Checking out Indonesia, we see one near Krakatau, 4.2, 31 clicks down from 1316. We see this one a little closer to Luolatok, I guess, 176 kilometers down for this 4.6 from 1734. And then we get into Papua New Guinea, another place where we've got some big shakers happening. This one, of course, the other day, 5. But we had some 6s on both ends here, and this one here is another 5. So from yesterday, 22 at 29, 158 kilometers down. It makes you wonder what the heck is going on. This one here also 4.9, 103 kilometers down. 1404 was the time on that guy. And sliding out here towards Vanuatu and our other places, Fiji area and American Samoa, that older one there, 5.8. We should be okay with that. And I don't think there's too many others there that we need to be concerned with. We do see a little bit larger one here, 4.1. Up here on the Aleutian Islands, and that happened yesterday at 21:38, 92.8 kilometers down. See one over here in Russia, 4.4. Not sure what the heck that guy is doing. And then we also see here 4.3 in India, another 4.6. Where's that? Kashmir, and then we've got. That's 10 kilometers down from 2200 yesterday. 4.3 Afghanistan, 205 kilometers down from 1636. And then we see one here on the Arabian plate, 4.6 in Oman, and or right on the corner of it. It's actually out in the water. So interesting to see, and that is kind of neat. And we did cover these earlier here, and that is a part of this one's on the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, 4.7, right near the Azores. And then, of course, this one here, 4.5, very close to Portugal. And of course, that's the Eurasian plate, African plate, and North American plate. And these are the divider boundaries between those plates. So Mid-Atlantic Ridge, and then, of course, the fault going in between the two plates here. So pretty awesome. Let's go over, since we already mentioned the Azores, let's do that. We will get rid of my tsunami warning so it doesn't mess me up. And we'll look at the Azores. I'm refreshing that map so we can see what's going on. And we don't see a heck of a lot happening there. It looks pretty quiet. Where's our star? We don't see our star. Maybe I need to zoom out more. See if we can find the star. There it is. It's flashing up there. And we see a 2.4 happen at 2318 today. And then, of course, that bigger one, 4.6 from 1630. And that's what we see out there. There's other ones, 3.7 from yesterday. And I think that's about it. But again, that's the one we looked at, and that is the kind of right on that dividing ridge between the two plates. And let's zoom into La Palma, since it is the anniversary, a 1-year anniversary of Cumbre Vieja. And we already looked at that footage a little bit to give us a little bit of an idea of what it was like. And there we go. Let's take a look and see what we've got. So today's quakes are this guy, 1.2, 11 kilometers down from 3:41 a.m. And then we had another one, 1.1 from 2030. And that is right up on top of the hill. And that is 10 kilometers down. And you guys are more than welcome to have a look at that. Thanks, Leo, for bringing that link up. And you guys are welcome to have a look at that. Popping over to the other maps, we're going to take a look at the volcano map. I'm refreshing that one because I want up-to-date material. And we'll see what we can do here. So there we go. And of course there, Asja, the only one on Iceland. Asja looks so lonely. He needs a friend. Lava workers, get over there, fix that. Anyway, I mean, even look down here in the Azores, they got two. You gotta have at least two. Anyway, we do see those extra quakes right there on this map as well. Michael volcano close to this quake 4 hours ago, 4.5, and they call it the South Georgia Island region is where that is. Zooming in just a little bit to look better at what we're seeing here, and pretty much everything normal, and our ring of fire with the exception of some of these bigger quakes. There's some other ones here in Guatemala, and also in Mexico as well. So things are shaking. They are showing a few more than what we've seen on the USGS map. Another 4.0 there 24 minutes ago. We have 4.2 27 minutes ago, 4.1 24 minutes ago. So definitely getting some aftershocks, and that will likely continue for a little while there, as that 7.6 really rung the bell, if you will. And that's always nasty for the most part. Okay, I heard a squirrel drop a cookie. He dropped the cookie on the roof. I heard it. Darn squirrel. Anyway, I freaked the squirrel out today, just to let you guys know. I put on a water dish because the plastic dish that I use as the cover over his cookies it blows off all the time. So what I did is I put a small water dish on top of that to keep it weighted down. And anyway, a squirrel came up there and he looked and he didn't know what to do. He circled the cookie shelter there for a couple of times, and he looked at it, and then he finally realized, okay, let me go check. Then he realized it was water, and he started drinking the water, and then he ran around like he was happy, and then he got the cookie out, and then sat there and ate the cookie. So awesome little squirrel. Anyway, New Zealand had 15 minutes ago 4.0 down on the South Island in the mountains. So that is something to be looking for. And a White Owl volcano there 17 minutes ago, also 4.3 here on technically the Kermadec Ridge, but just north of New Zealand. And let's see, Home Reef showing an orange. And that is that new island that we looked at. I still haven't had any updates. I wouldn't mind if they got some updates somewhere to see how much bigger that island has become. If it has, would be really cool. Tofu is still there as well, doing its thing. Let's see, I want to zoom out a little bit. There we go. And there's that 5.0 in Papua New Guinea. We also already went through most of those other ones, so I'm not going to worry about that. Yeah, everything else looking pretty much normal. Taiwan is still, like I say, ringing from those aftershocks there. And Suwanoshijima and Sakurajima are still fully in existence. 25 minutes ago, they had another 5.0 in Japan as well. And there's Ibiko, and of course, what is it? Alade is the other volcano. It's on its own little island, and that was the one we looked at earlier there that is erupting as well. And of course, Karimsky, Bezimiani, and Chevalesh are still existing. And Semi and Great Sitkans, Cleveland, and Pavlov. Speaking of those guys, I do actually have some pictures of those. So there's Pavlov. That is the current image. And that didn't look too bad. Let me see if I can get onto that screen real quick. There we go. So that was Pavlov, but we can move that ahead a little bit and see, they have still pictures, but I'm just going back and forth here just to look at it. And it was in the clouds later on, but we were able to see that. So that is kind of nice for a change, and being able to actually see it. And then we went over the Great Sitkans, and they are still showing an older picture from the 11th of September. And of course, this one is from Semi, and that actually showed a few shots as well here. So, or just the two, I guess, or three. Like that, you can see it's smoking pretty good. And yeah, as we go through, you can see it was erupting, so definitely something to keep in mind. And it's nice to actually have some pictures for a change and to be able to see it. Good evening, Anna. Glad to have you on board. Anyway, that is what we were seeing out there at Semi. Anyway, I'll leave that be, get back to our map there, and that is what we were looking at. And I'm looking at time. It is time for a break, but I'm just going to find my map and get back to other things. I think we're good for right now, earthquake-wise, and what I will do is I'll put it back on my other map, and we'll see what happens. USGS is not showing those other new quakes. Hopefully they will put them on there as well. Anyway, for that right now, I am going to go take a break, a 5 minute break. I'm going to put some canned lava back on here, and that's all cool. So don't go away, you guys. For all those good people who have not yet hit that like button, and if you're enjoying it, we're only 5 or 6 away from getting over that 100 mark. That's the crucial mark we try to beat. So that's when YouTube analytics really kick in, and that makes a big difference. Help us out if you can, and if you're enjoying the show, hit that like button, and we'll carry on from there. Anyway, I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I'm going to take a 5 minute break, and then I will be back, and it is raining outside again. So, darn it. I guess 'tis the season. Okay, I'll be back, you guys. Keep smiling, play nice in the lava. I'll be back. I am back. There we go. Welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, DrFox2000. You're watching VolcanoX, a live stream. And one fish says, I hear you. Hey, you're not Sharon Stewart. Oh, and thanks, Trevor and Leo and Sue and Billy Bob Joe says 64 2 weeks ago. Oh, you were 64? Okay. Kevin Williams, thanks. Thank you, Grandma B and Sasha. And Omari Hamster says, welcome back, Uncle Doc. What they must think of me on the security cams. Are you dancing around again, oh mummy of hamsters? And Sharon Stewart says, I hear you, Dr. Fox. All good. So awesome. Andy Morgan, welcome. Glad to have you on board. And Kananaskis country also here. Thanks. That's cool. Sharon Stewart, LOL. Doc, one fish. Okay, no worries. Okay, hey, mommy of hamsters, the problem is when you depict of dancing around to the boogie woogie, they're going to wonder what's going on, and you can tell them it's boogie woogie, and it keeps you motivated. All works. Anyway, let's get over to our weather maps, and we'll get that out of the way here. And it's raining here. That's my weather report. Anyway, brand new refreshed SO2 map, and looking at what we're seeing here, North America not doing too bad at all. We do see this huge circulation off the coast here, still messing with the Gulf Stream, or sorry, not the Gulf Stream. The Gulf Stream's over here. The jet stream, and that's what we're looking at. Anyway, you can see what's coming off the Kamchatka Peninsula and sliding right up in here into the Aleutian Islands. A lot of SO2 there, and then some of it dropping back into Canada's northern area, and probably going to get washed out with some of that rain. Not looking too bad in Canada or the US really, or even down in Mexico. Nowhere near as heavy as what we see it at times, and I think that is due to the big storms that we've got there, and that's washing everything out of the air, sliding down a little bit more towards Central America, or in Central America down to South America. We do see some stuff going on here in Colombia, still coming out into the Pacific. And looking at what we've got going on there in Ecuador, we see that whole stream going down. I don't think it's all produced by Ecuador. This is coming up from the south to the northwest here. So kind of maybe some of the other stuff getting pushed up there. But going down the western coast of South America, we see the reversed flow again. Still blowing back into the Atlantic Ocean. Not too much of it, but a little bit there. And again, people pollution for the most part here in Sao Paulo, as well as Rio de Janeiro. So pretty awesome. And let's go over to New Zealand and see what they've got happening. New Zealand, not too bad. White Isle volcano, of course, continuing to off-gas there a little bit. And hey, Leo, did you start your barbecue up? Oh, hang on. That's over in the refinery areas. That's not Leo's. We do still see this coking plants north of Sydney doing their thing. You wish, yeah, I was going to say, isn't it windy and raining there? But we'll find that out in a minute. Sliding up a little bit more, we still see Tofua doing its thing. We're not seeing anything pluming off of that reef, home reef volcano. So that is very low in SO2 so far. We'll wait till it gets bigger. Very nice day today here. Okay, excellent. Vanuatu still doing its thing. Same thing with Papua New Guinea. Luolatok there. Semaru throwing off a lot of gas. Possibly getting a little bit of help from Ra'ung. And then, of course, we also have Merapi in the middle here and Krakatau over on the end, which is also getting help from Jakarta. People pollution. So that's kind of what we're seeing in Indonesia. And we are also seeing Ibu and Dakono still working away. Not so much coming off of Mayon. And a lot of this in here is coming right from Manila rather than from Taal volcano. So nothing really major to worry about there. We see some pluming coming off of Taiwan, not too bad, and then we see a little bit more here in the southern portions, and I'm wondering if some of that is being blown down, but from Sakurajima. Suwanosejima is down here, and it definitely is adding to it, but this definitely looks like it's coming from Sakurajima for now, and that's pretty heavy duty there for them. Not so bad in the rest of Japan. We already kind of looked at this and explained what's going on there when we first brought the shot up. And we got more squiggly monsters down here. The flying spaghetti monster. I had no idea what this is doing. But that is looking like it's an accumulation of the material that flowed off of South Africa and has been pushed way out here. So interesting to see that the levels are that high. Also, I'm not sure what's going on here. This is kind of new looking, and again, I'm not sure if that's coming out of South Africa or do we actually have something going on in Madagascar now? And that is a really interesting question. They do have some volcanoes there, so we're going to have to dig into that. We see here in the DR Congo area still from some volcanic action, as well as coking plants doing their thing, and Urta Ale somewhere in here, buried in the pollution from Saudi Arabia, unfortunately. And let's see what we're seeing a little further north. Etna. Etna is busy today throwing out all kinds of stuff. Now that we can't see it, it's busy throwing out stuff. It'll probably erupt now, all right? So anyway, Mount Etna from Sicily producing that. We also have Stromboli and Volcano adding to that mess a little bit. And Europe not looking bad at all. A little bit of stuff in England, but nothing major. And pretty much nothing in Iceland right now. So looking pretty good that way. Let's get over to our weather map. I'm going to refresh this so we have up-to-date map. And we can see what those storms are doing. So Madeline over here, and I was predicting that was going to go right up the Baja. It looks like it's well on its way. Fiona still sitting here. It's hitting, what's it hitting there? Dominican Republic? Yeah, I think so. Looking pretty bad. Just finished beating up Puerto Rico, so I might as well pick on some other little island that can't defend itself. Also see this 97L out here, and that is possible that could grow into something bigger. Same with this guy. Could also get a little bigger as well. We'll see what goes on. Anyway, looking at temperatures, burr. It is changing. The seasons are changing. Very little warmth in nothing really over 20 degrees Celsius in in our main area of Canada. We do see a little bit down here in the bottom end of Saskatchewan, and not really anything in Alberta. Everything is in the teens, a little bit warmer out in Vancouver Island than it is on the mainland, but not that warm. Getting over down in the bottom of Ontario, we do see a little bit warmer down in the big bottom end here, but not very warm out in the eastern portions, and Newfoundland and Nova Scotia, New Brunswick. They're all in a lot cooler state than what we had before. So the whole St. Lawrence Seaway in Montreal coming in at about 13, Toronto about 20, so 19, 20, and looking not too warm. Zooming in on the western portion of the United States, we see that up in the Washington area, Oregon, not bad in some spots, holding a little bit more heat, but when we get down to a bottom end of California, we see a little bit warmer. Death Valley, 36 degrees, thanks Sue, and that is fairly warm. We also see here in Phoenix, 37, 38 degrees, so Phoenix is warmer than Death Valley. That is pretty awesome. And Lost Wages is coming in at 34, roughly 33 degrees. And looking at New Mexico, Albuquerque, roughly 28. Then we get into Texas, looking a lot warmer, 31 down there, 32 in San Antonio, Austin 32, Dallas 30, or somewhere thereabouts. So Houston 29, 30 degrees. Not bad for those guys, but you see where the warmth is. And then the other areas are much, much cooler, which is pretty normal for this time of year. Florida, not too bad, but 27 at the high end, 24, 25 at the lower end. Oh, I seen a 29 in here somewhere, 28, 29. So gives you a pretty good spread of temperature, but not overly hot by any means. Same thing with Georgia and South Carolina, North Carolina, and then get up into Virginia and those areas. Even New York still coming in at 22 degrees, 21 degrees. Boston a little bit cooler at 18. So that's what we've got there. Cancun looking at 27 right now. And of course, it'd be a little bit cooler there in right near the storm. So if you're heading to Cuba, don't. Cuba's out. We got a storm coming. Anyway, down into South America we go, looking at the Brazilian rainforest areas and stuff. They are anywhere from 25 to about 30, 31 degrees, depending on where you are. And that's not bad, looking pretty normal. Still a little bit cool right on the coast though, and that's a little odd. That's that cold weather, 18, 19 in Rio de Janeiro, 15 in Sao Paulo, and 14 down in Buenos Aires. And there we go, looking at the cutoff line here. Buenos Aires is basically it. Anything below that very cold. Down in Chile, okay, still hasn't warmed up for summer yet. Spring is coming for those guys, or just starting, and it looks a lot warmer in New Zealand than what we've been seeing. Love seeing those temperatures. So they are, some of the high lands there are of course a little bit cooler, but we're seeing South Island here, 17, 16 degrees. That's pretty awesome. Down to 11, 12 down on the bottom end, but a lot warmer than what it was. North Island, of course, looking a lot balmier as well. I love it. So up to 18 degrees. Much better than what we had Same thing down here in Tasmania. They are still holding a little bit more heat than not too many of the single digits anymore, which is really nice. And looking here to see what we've got in Melbourne, Australia, be about 14, 15 degrees, I think. And holy mackerel, the map is way off. Leo has got 17 coming up there. So probably somewhere thereabouts. But it does look like it's getting warmer and a lot nicer. That's a good thing. Adelaide coming in about 16, 17 degrees as well. Even out here in Perth, they've warmed up to 16, 17 as well. And we see the heat really building up in the top here at 35, 36 degrees. Wow. And that low in here is really causing a sharp cut in that system. And we'll see what happens in the next few days. Sliding up to Brisbane and home of Oz, and Oz 25, 26 degrees, so doing very well and not bad. Let's see, going into Indonesia, those areas, Philippines, Malaysia, not bad. 26, 27 in Bangkok. Possibly. Oh, it says 28. The weather map is off today, way off. Or the weather guessers are just not doing their job. Anyway, that's what we're seeing there. We do see here that we've got that cold just being generated. Where'd our storm go, our low? Oh, it's sitting right on top. Here, I wonder if that's the storm and it dissipated, or is that the storm? It must be here, and I think it gave up. It quit the battle. The big typhoon, or whatever they want to call it over there, it gave up. Going up, though, Kamchatka Peninsula, well, even there, they've got some warmer air on some of the coastal areas, the lower areas, higher elevations, though still quite cold. Looking at the Bering Strait area here, that low is still sitting there. That's bad. Bad low, bad low. Get rid of it. Anyway, gonna freeze us out. Looking at India, they got warm weather, and Pakistan too, but it's going to rain there lots now, I think. Anyway, carrying on. Looking a little cooler in Iran. Iraq looks pretty warm yet. Saudi Arabia, of course, quite warm. UAE. Oman, a little bit cooler, and kind of a mixed bag in Yemen. And looking at the Sahara Desert, everything looks not bad, but when we get on the coastal areas here in Morocco and that, the highlands, very cool, and still reasonable on the coastal areas, but definitely a big change. A big change is coming, and looking here, the island of Kos, where Piggy is, and of course Kos is holding at 23, 24 degrees, and that's what Piggy mentioned earlier. A lot cooler here in Sicily and in Italy from what we've had, so they are starting to drop in temperatures, and same thing goes with Italy, bottom end. And looking up, we see the higher elevations, of course, a lot cooler, but you get up in the northern portions, so up in the teens, high teens in some spots, low teens in others, and Italy, so a big change in temperature. Spain still holding some temperature, but also cooling off a bit, and still 19, 20, that kind of thing, 22, not bad, even though it is nighttime. France, Burr, single digits in many, many places, but and where we do see double digits, they're not very high. In other words, 11, 12 degrees 14 in some coastal spots, but nothing wonderful. Munich, 7 degrees, and going through some of the areas in Germany. Frankfurt, 8 degrees. Berlin, 9. Hamburg is 7. And Bremen, 8. And looks a little warmer in Holland. They actually have a little bit warmer weather there, so not bad. Looking at England and Wales and Scotland and those areas, low double digits for the most part, and then single digits and high single digits, if you want to call it that. Pretty nice though. For them, it could be a lot worse. It could be a lot cooler. And Irish Monkland, even though he's not here, he's headed to New York. He left behind his warmer weather. I think he should have taken that with him. 11, 12 degrees is what he's seeing there right now. Sliding over a bit more, looking at Denmark, getting into a single digits. Coastal areas a little bit warmer from the wind blowing on there. And of course Sweden and Norway and Finland, not that great. Winter's coming, and Santa Claus is going to be doing his practice runs up there pretty soon. A lot warmer in our wonderful Iceland today, and that is nice to see. Yvonne, good morning, Yvonne. I hope you're doing all right, and thanks for dropping in. And anyway, looking at what we're seeing, 10, 11 degrees, and on the Reykjanes Peninsula, that's not bad. Up on the top northeastern side here, we're seeing 12 degrees. That's pretty awesome, and nice to see a little bit warmer there for those good folks. And let's zoom out, and we'll take a quick look at precipitation and see what we've got. And I'm not going to worry about it too much here, but some stuff in Alaska, and then of course we have rain in Alberta and Saskatchewan and bottom end of Manitoba. Then when we get down here, oh boy, Irish Monk requested no rain. He's going to kill me. Looks like it's storming there. And that is what we're seeing, and that is covering a whole large area there. Boston, from New York to Boston up to Montreal. Not quite over as far as Toronto, but it is there, and that will probably head east. So those good folks out there like Sue is probably going to enjoy some of that. Looking at what we see in the bottom end here, Florida, lots of storms in Florida and all along the Gulf Coast and Texas. They've got a bunch of little ones and not really a big organized system, so that's what we're seeing. Same thing with in Arizona here, bottom end, Tucson and southeast, kind of getting some of that. New Mexico has got some spotted storms as well. And looking at the western side here, there's some rain, muchly needed rain for California. And I hope they are getting it in the slow amounts that everything can soak in properly. There's that low we mentioned earlier. And then, of course, once we get down here into Central and South America, this is why we can't see any volcanoes. You can see what's going on here. It is just a mess. This Madeline actually is not a very large storm by the looks of it, but it definitely is moving. And as I kind of mentioned, yesterday it was down here, and it looked like it was lined up to basically go up the Baja. It might just sit right on the edge of it. We'll see what happens in the next day or so. South America, not too bad. Some rain in the Amazon, nothing out in the most of it though. And we see this storm kind of south of Sao Paulo, scooping out into the water in the Atlantic and then hitting back into Argentina down in the bottom, creating some snowflakes. Let's get over here and have a look at that nice warmer weather. Comes with rain there in New Zealand. But they don't, or they're not getting too much from the looks of it on the North Island. South Island, though, definitely getting some. And here's Tasmania, nothing. Leo's area looks pretty dry right now. And we do see this system here. That will likely come over and hit Leo in a day or so. We'll see what happens. Nothing major off by Brisbane. We see that little bit out in the water. And going back up, looking around this area here, Papua New Guinea, lots of storms. And Indonesia, this is normal weather for them down there. Looking at all the different storm areas. Again here in the Philippine Sea, got some storms in it, and there's that storm. That's the one I was looking for. He snuck way up there already, so I guess he must have just screwed it right across most of our wonderful Japanese land here. Anyway, we see another low there as well, helping things out. Kamchatka Peninsula area not looking too healthy. Lots of rain happening there. And going on, we see the normal stuff in India, nothing major. We still have this plume down here. And I wonder if that caused some of that SO2 to sneak away there because it was being pulled and then pushed by the high. So the low got it going maybe, and the high pulled it out. That could be why we're seeing the SO2 in the bottom area there. Anyway, Central Africa still very stormy. And if Piggy, if you're listening, I'm sorry, still no rain for at least 2 days from what I can see. We do have a little bit of storm stuff happening in between Italy and the mainland there. I'm not sure. Albania and Greece. I don't know if it's going to rain there or not. Anyway, let's get up a little bit further and take a look at. Looks like Madrid's got some rain. In Spain, not too much in France at all. Some rain spots in Germany, but not as much as what we were seeing yesterday. We see up here in Poland. Poland's actually getting a little bit more rain now. Looking pretty dry in most of southern England here, and as well as in Ireland, a little bit up in Scotland, nothing too bad. And we have what's going on here. Looks like possibly Copenhagen is getting some rain, but nothing too severe from the looks of it. And also here in Stockholm, I'm getting some rain. Oslo, still clear right now. Big storms? No, nothing major up here today. But most of that is here now. And that is pretty cool. Wow, Leo, thank you very much for that wonderful super chat. First one of the day, and appreciate it. Leo Carlson, got it. Thanks for that wonderful support, Leo. You're an awesome dude. Thank you. And okay, Doc, thanks for another great stream. Appreciate all you do for us. Also appreciate all the mods and everyone here. Oink oink. Okay, that is cool. Thank you, Leo. I appreciate it. And looking at Iceland, we see what we've got going on there. Ugh. Yeah, don't go to Iceland if you want nice weather. Looks like we got actually, it'll probably clear out and be nice in a day or two. So that's what we're seeing there. And of course, you don't want to go to Greenland, and you don't want to go up here on Baffin Island either, or the Baffin Bay, or the Davis Strait. It's all ugh. Um, and even up here on Ellesmere Island, not looking too good. So let's leave that there. We're going to put this on temperature again. We're going to hunt for the lowest temperature on the planet, and we'll see how quickly we can find something that is reasonably cold. And I already see a minus 68, 69, 71, 73. Okay, let me zoom in that area and see what we had. So I had a minus 73 already. And let's see if we can find something colder over here in this area. And I'm not really seeing anything there. 69. Oh, there we go. Minus 75 degrees Celsius. Do we have anything colder than minus 75? If we zoom in there. And I don't see anything. So, minus 76. So there we go. Minus 76 degrees Celsius. And hey, I beat Sue by a degree. Way to go. Sue said minus 75. I got minus 76 on the screen. So awesome. Thank you, Sue. And it's about time I beat you. Anyway, really awesome. And thanks for checking into that. And all good. Yep. Yeah. Today I win. Tomorrow she'll whoop me again. She'll find the really cold ones. So that is what we got. Anyway, that is plenty cold. So make sure you bundle up your penguins. It is yeah. Yvonne, there's a volcano down there that's waiting for you. Um, the letter, first letter is E. Never mind. You'll freeze before you get to it. Actually, that volcano's over here somewhere, isn't it? It's only minus 32 or minus 33 there, if that's the right spot. Oh, okay. Let's leave that be, and that is it for today, you guys. That is all I've got. I'm gonna put it back on the canned lava. Erebus, yeah. I don't go to Erebus. You are on holiday tomorrow, Dr. Fox. On holiday? What? Yeah, I wanted to mention that. No, it's not a holiday. I'm not having a stream tomorrow. Just so everybody knows that, and please remember that. So, no stream for tomorrow. Okay, we'll be back on Wednesday, but no stream tomorrow. And I need a break. That's all there's to it. And I'm not trying to be, rude or nasty or anything. It's just I need a break. I've been doing this, day after day after day, and I really do need that break. Oh, mummy of hamsters, thank you for all you do, Uncle Doc. You are appreciated. Good night, my lava family. Thank you, oh, mummy of hamsters. And yeah, I'm going to try to enjoy my day off, and I'm just going to write that down. Oh, mommy of hamsters. Got it. And there we go. Thank you very kindly for that wonderful super chat as well. So that's it for today, you guys. And like I say, tomorrow we're going to take the day off. So remember that, and I'll leave a note posted tomorrow that there is no stream, and that will come back on Wednesday, on the 21st, and that'll be good, and we'll see what we can do then, and hopefully we'll get a little more visibility and stuff like that. Pretty awesome. Okay, so be good, everyone. Take care of yourselves. I just want to say a big thank you to Leo and Oh Mummy of Hamsters for their wonderful super chats. And also a big thank you to all of the members in here. Do appreciate that wonderful support. You guys are awesome. I see we're still not over that 100 mark. Is there anyone else in here that had not hit the like button yet? We're trying to get over that 100, and we're just shy by a couple. So if you haven't hit that like button, help us out. Let's see if we can push it up and over. And I see it's up at 99 now. We need at least one more to make it happen. And let's see what we can do. And Yvonne says, thanks for another stream, Dr. Fox. Mods, Lavaliers, and Lava family, and have a great day/night, everyone. See you on Friday. Okay, see you on Friday, Yvonne. You take care of yourself, and don't work too hard when you go to work there. All right. Okay, looking for one more like on there to try to see if we can get that over that 100 mark. That would really be cool. And on that friendly note, though, like I said, it's time to shut down for today. So those good people who are here, thank you, everyone. Everyone within this wonderful lava family, you guys are awesome. And I'm going to basically get off of here and take a little bit of a break. So we'll see everyone on Wednesday. And be good, be kind, and most of all, make sure that you tell your loved ones that you love them tonight, for tomorrow is never promised. I'm your host, Dr. Fox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and we hit that 100. Yay. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Take care. Good night, and we'll see you, everyone, on Wednesday. Till then, oink, oink. Oh, and I wanted to say thank you, moderators, Arizona Snowman, Piggy, C&D Boy, 24/7 Live, EZ Skies, Gary, and we'll see you guys. Thank you. Oink, oink.